which is really exciting. So thank you for being a part of it. These swings are something that I make in San Francisco. So they're locally made and they're really special. So we're going to get familiar with the equipment, and then I'll introduce the aerial yoga play program, and then it's a little bit about me and setting an intention for today. But let's all just follow along and see that the swing spreads out. So this is like the magic treat in the Cracker Jack box. You can actually get in. I know, really tempting.
So this is for beginners too, because I've never even seen one of these.
Yeah.
So, okay, great.
You're
Just
in
want
the
to make
right
sure
place.
it's in the right place.
She already asked all the questions, so yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah, you were a little nervous.
So Deborah has taken a couple classes with me and did my basic training, I guess a couple months ago. Oh, last year. I don't know. It was a while ago. But this class is specifically for beginners because the people who are getting certified want to know how to help someone who's never done this before get in the swing and do well and have fun. So we're going to be super chill today. There's all kinds of tricks and flips you can do, but that's not what today's class is about. We really want to basically just get some relief for the spine. So the idea of lengthening the spine out of the pelvis, creating space in between the vertebrae, and allowing the body to have more openness is going to be the best way to achieve optimal health. For any sort of illness, for any sort of injury, space is the solution. And so most of the things we do, especially exercise, is a contraction. When people lift weights, when they're driving, when they're sitting, everything's contracting the body. So we're reversing that. We don't do any inversions in the beginner series except for a supported headstand, which literally looks like this. It's the easiest thing in the world. I'll just give you a little demo so you're not super nervous. So from here you can bring your head down and your knees bend. That's it. That's as advanced as we get today. Right? Anybody can do it. Obviously I'm going to walk you through how to get there. I'm going to just ask you to stand on this side since the video is on, and you're fine, but I just want to make sure. Why didn't I say something? So yeah, it's very common for people to be nervous about this practice, mainly because the word aerial is in it. And I actually named this aerial yoga play way before aerial yoga was popular. This is part of the Quantum Playground, and it's like yoga in the air. And I just thought that was like a really fun name. And now aerial yoga is this thing, and aerial arts is this thing. And so the new program that I'm creating for the regenerative therapeutics to kind of distinguish itself is called AirX. So it's still in the air, but aerial yoga RX kind of gives it more of that healing quality, at least for me. So really all we're going to do is play and explore and experience the swing in a new way. And I appreciate you guys being courageous enough to just jump in. But yeah, it will be intense because we're doing something new. It's just kind of part of that kind of practice of hanging by our underarms and hanging by our hips and hanging by body parts that are not used to this kind of pressure. But we can take frequent breaks, we can mix it up, you can, what's great about doing these small groups is you can, John, you're going to switch with Wendy, okay? And, yeah. So, what I want to do today is just get you an experience where you're hanging in the swing and you're feeling the body start to open. And then, if you don't love it, I recommend giving it like one more try, right? Because the first time you try something, you're like, I don't know, that just felt weird. And then other times, people try it for the first time and they're like, I love it. It's the best thing I've ever experienced in my life. But I guarantee if you stick with it, it'll feel amazing. It's just like, when we haven't done something before, it's like we don't have the circuitry in our brain to reference. And so when we go into the I don't know, the brain kind of gets like contracted and nervous. But then after we do it a couple times, even the same pose, you realize like, oh, that's so easy. So just kind of be patient with yourselves. We're really just going to have like a nice, sweet experience today, review what we just learned, and then I am happy to take questions or gear things towards individual needs. So before I continue introducing the equipment, does anybody have any injuries or anything I should know about? Any special nursing, any special body parts?
Just a little bit of lower back.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, this is great for the lower back, so we're going to see what we can. I originally created all this because I was having lower back pain and knee problems, and it's helped tremendously over the years. So now I have like zero pain, where I lived in pain for like 15 years. So it's been really incredible. Plus, I do want to work with people. I offer the trainings and workshops, and then I certify the teachers to lead classes, empower them to really take the program to their own level. And I do one-on-one work with people, so I do really deep, intensive healing with this thing. Right, so it really is. I work with 80-year-olds, I work with 5-year-olds, I literally work with everybody in between. So let's go ahead and introduce the equipment and make sure we all have 2 handholds. Right, we have 2 leg loops, and then we have daisy chains extending from the ceiling. So for carabiners, I have my leg loops on the handles. It doesn't really matter so much just because the ceiling is uneven, so the daisy chain ran out. So there's a little trick where you can extend the leg loops from the handles, and they're perfect for the dimensions of the swing. You can also bring everything up and down, so you have extra long leg daisy chains, so we can adjust everything. So sometimes I use the extra long daisy chains. So the main swing spreads out, like I was just showing you guys, and the leg loops spread out. So what happens is when we're putting pressure on the surface of the skin and it's not used to it, the stagnation in the lymphatic system gets stimulated, so it'll feel like a balloon with too much air in it, and it'll be like, no, don't put so much pressure on that part. So what we do is we spread everything out so it has like a bigger surface area and it feels way better. So if anything feels uncomfortable, I can see it by your face, I'll pay attention, but you can also spread things out and we'll kind of start out like that, okay? So we're gonna do socks off. Everybody socks off. Why don't I just turn up the heat just slightly, since it's a little chilly. Okay. And if anybody gets too warm, also feel free to just let me know, and we'll change that up too.